What's up, Twitter? I'm I'm so busy today, but I have like this itch to do a quick just video on Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency market in general. So instead of doing a YouTube video, I'm going to do a Twitter video. I'm going to try and keep it brief. I just want to talk about what's going on in general in the markets. I know I have like this weird approach that I think a lot of people are on board with, but some people seem to hate my approach, which is a lot of times I'm kind of looking at the downside. I'm just waiting for a dip. And that's just because I feel more comfortable in terms of getting into positions with Bitcoin or altcoins when there's a dip. Sometimes I'll buy something when we're kind of on our way up. That's true. I do that. However, I feel more comfortable, and over the years, I've just pretty much that's been my approach to buy the dip. So Bitcoin is at this critical area where we're waiting for this bull market. A lot of people are patiently waiting, and a lot of people are impatiently waiting. But at the end of the day, and I'm going to move my picture now so that we can see the charts. At the end of the day, one thing is true, and this is something some people don't agree with. We're not in a bull market just yet. This is my opinion. This is my technical analysis. If you don't agree with it, that's completely cool. But we can keep it civil, right? We can disagree and keep it civil. This is the bull market doors, this green channel. That's the Fibonacci retracement. We're on the weekly chart for Bitcoin, and that's what we're looking at. We're going up to around $16,000 down to around $13,000. That channel, we saw resistance at the swing high in June. Right now, we're setting up a higher low from the bear market low. We're letting these things play out. They take so much time. You have to be patient in these markets, but this is the doorway to the bull market. And I know 13,000, 16,000 sounds like a lot for Bitcoin, but that would be just the beginning to the continued growth of Bitcoin on this weekly chart, right? And when you zoom out on the charts, 13,000 to 16,000 is a stepping stone. It's not some crazy, I know it's almost like double of where Bitcoin is now, but it's not. In this continued growth of Bitcoin, if this continues, it's not some crazy parabolic price. That's the doorway to the bull market. And so I've been tracking that channel. It's pretty much the same channel that we had, and I know I'm really zoomed out on the chart here, but it's the same Fibonacci channel we had in the last bear market to bull market, right? So here we are here. We saw that first resistance. This was around the last Bitcoin halving. We came down, and then we broke through into the bull market. We're just looking for a similar move. Now, talking about where Bitcoin is now, I know I've been doing some talking about Bitcoin potentially with a target to $7,500. This could be another, and this is a falling wedge from June, you see on the screen. We've had a bunch of just lower highs on Bitcoin, and I've been saying this could just be another lower high at this upper trend line. We could be going down to like this 50 moving average on the daily chart, right around $7,500 or so. Be prepared for it. A lot of people don't like that. A lot of people don't like my short-term bearish talk, but it's just always on my radar. I don't know what else to say. I'm very conservative in my approach, and I'm also very realistic. Like Bitcoin and crypto markets, they're just not always going to go in the direction we want, which is bullish, right? And so I'm always very careful in terms of only talking about the bullish scenario, even though that's essentially what we all want. We want a bullish scenario, right? I could talk about this all day. This falling wedge that's in play. It could be happening right now, right? My $7,500 potential target could completely fail, and Bitcoin. This might be the last time Bitcoin tests the upper trend line of this wedge, and Bitcoin moves on to its target of, and out of this wedge is like, it's over $12,000 up here, right? This is the target. We could be on our way there. I could do videos about this all the time and do bullish videos, probably get a ton more followers and subscribers. But I just feel like that's not the way I think on a daily basis. I'm always looking what's below. And are we going to see support if we revisit that? Because if you just zoom out on the Bitcoin charts, Bitcoin's always dropping. Cryptos are always dropping. And I just want to bring up, like Ethereum Classic. It's just an altcoin's been performing crazy. I remember I wanted to buy, like, I think probably last week sometime before this massive run. I didn't because I just didn't. It wasn't one of the altcoins I bought. And it's just up like crazy right now. But look at the charts, right? And this is where I say, be careful. And I kind of get boring and people don't like listening to this because it's not just that extremely fun, bullish scenario, but look at the charts and look how overextended Ethereum Classic is. Let's go to Dash. Dash is another one. I think long-term, beautiful option, beautiful altcoin if you're going to invest in altcoins. I've been talking to Rob D and Poseidon Lou about these cryptos, and Dash is one of them. But look at Dash. I mean, we're talking Dash is up right now, a swing high of almost 300% since December. So 1 month up like 300%. We all know the story. How long have you all been here? I've been here years. Many of you have been here years. What's the story here? It's called retracement. It's called correction. And right now, Dash, for instance, is at kind of this key swing high to swing low Fibonacci resistance. You can see that 300% swing high at 150 was immediate rejection. We're back down, which is really nice. That alone is short-term consolidation here at the 50-week moving average, this blue line. So like Dash could still have like a ton of room to run. I just want to say that if we have kind of this sideways consolidation still. But when you start looking at the momentum oscillators, they're kind of up there, right? So there's also a strong reason why Dash could consolidate pretty drastically. And the same thing with Ethereum Classic. And in a scenario like that, that doesn't mean it's bad. Like if Ethereum Classic came back to $6, right around this 50-week moving average, like that might look like a bearish move, but that could be just continuation for what Ethereum Classic is getting ready to do in the bull market, which is potentially, break all-time highs and just keep going, right? So you have to look at the long term too when you're trying to figure out how you want to approach these markets, just because they're so volatile. And when they get overextended like this, I'm sorry, and maybe so many people hate it, but this is just the way I think. I've been on that train before, especially in real estate, in the stock market. We're talking a while ago, like over 10 years ago. And I've been on that train where you just think it's going to keep going, right? You're not realistically looking at any type of consolidation or correction or anything, and you get emotionally invested. And so I'm going to keep putting content out there that says just be ready for downside. I'm long-term bullish on Bitcoin, especially if you look at Bitcoin charts. If you're comparing Bitcoin charts with, these other altcoins that have been moving, like the RSI on weekly Bitcoin looks great. Look at this momentum oscillator, nowhere near overbought, right? Right in the middle, hanging out. There's room for consolidation, obviously. The stock RSI is barely in overbought. We have the MACD here with this MACD line crossing that signal line on the weekly. Like Bitcoin looks really amazing, and it does look ready for a breakout. But we have to just keep in mind that these consolidations, they happen all the time, even in the midst of entering a bull market and even in the midst of a bull market itself. And I just want to leave you with this. If we look at the last Bitcoin bull market, even after the last run-up of the last Bitcoin halving, we have a 30% dip after the halving. And then going into the bull market, we have, a 20% dip. We're in the bull market. People are going crazy. People are having fun. We have a 32% dip or so, and then people are having fun. And then we have a 35% dip. So like, even when we're in a bull market, and I said this before over the last couple of years, I'm going to still talk about dips because they're going to happen. If you want Bitcoin to go up, you have to not only accept, but enjoy when it comes down, because that means there's healthy upside still in play for Bitcoin. What's awesome for Bitcoin right now is zoomed out on the weekly charts. It looks really boring when you're comparing it to some altcoins like Dash. Here's Dash on the weekly. Here's Ethereum Classic on the weekly. So is Bitcoin's time to shine getting ready? Potentially. It potentially is. I just wanted to do a quick little Twitter update for all of you. I appreciate you. And I hope you are just hanging out there in crypto land, remaining patient. I'm bullish, everybody. Just want to throw that out there. I'm bullish on Bitcoin. I'm bullish on crypto. I hope you have an awesome rest of your day. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.